Hi, welcome back to This and That Planning. I am Jen. These are my back to school nails. I didn't want to do traditional school colors as I've done in the past, so these are pencil tips and erasers. I thought they were adorable. This is my birthday week, July 18th to the 24th. I'm using a Planner Choco kit called Mermaid Gamer. I'm flipping you through that now. I went back and forth on the kit that I was going to use for my birthday. I really wanted to use Kitness Jess art, the campfire, the camping one. You guys know what I'm talking about. So the quote overlays are by Pixie Planner Co. This is the Mermaid foil kit by Caress Press in silver, and then the birthday kit by Caress Press in silver. I ended up only using one box out of the birthday kit, but I showed you the entire kit. So it looks like we're going to get started. So this is actually the third Planner Choco kit that I laid down. The first two I struggled with a lot. It was really hard to get the stickers up because of the cut lines. And I don't know if I just got better or if this kit, the cut lines were easier. Not 100% sure. The cherries kit that I actually had on my channel, I just recently realized that there was no video to. It was only the voiceover. So I have recently made that video private, so then that way you can't click on it. I was so disappointed. I've already deleted the video files. So as I stated, this is my birthday week. I picked out this kit because I have always loved water, between pools, beaches, oceans, lakes, rivers, any type of water. I've always loved and adored water. So I'm a bit of a mermaid. I even have a mermaid, a very large mermaid, tattooed on my calf. And I've always been a bit of a gamer. I am older, like I said, than a lot of people I've noticed putting up YouTube videos in this community. But this was my 45th birthday that I celebrated this week. So I was a kid when Atari came out. So I've seen all the game systems between Atari, Nintendo. There was like a Sonic, I believe, Sonic the Hedgehog was I can't think of the system. I want to say it was a Sonic though. But you know, Xbox, PlayStation, you have like all the Nintendos. And so I do like gaming. I don't want to say that I'm much of a gamer these days. You know, life gets in the way. You get busy with life and you don't get to play the games very often. But I do still play a couple of games on my phone. I do have a Nintendo Switch that I play Animal Crossing on when I get the opportunity to do so. I still like to game. It seems like the games that I love the most are not popular anymore. So I just feel like people have went a different way. So even though I still love gaming, I don't consider myself a gamer so much these days. But when I saw the kit Mermaid Gamer, I'm like, okay, this is me. So how could I not use it for my birthday? And then my favorite color is blue, and the girl has the split dye, you know, with the black and the blue hair. When I was a teenager in high school, colored hair wasn't a thing, but I used to want to dye my hair completely black with blue highlights because I thought that would be super awesome, but nobody did anything like that, so I never did. And now that people do stuff like that, I feel that 45, not so sure. I mean, at one point I did go with a little bit of colored hair, a couple different points. Since I've been teaching not in Michigan. Michigan's a little bit more conservative. I'm in Nevada now, and Nevada is a lot less conservative. So I did have some purple hair, which actually was an accident. Second time my hair's been purple on accident. The first time I was trying to dye it red, but I didn't put enough dye on and it came out purple. My cousin at my grandmother's birthday party was calling me Barney because I accidentally dyed my hair purple. This time I just wanted to go darker because I've always went lighter. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I'm a dark blonde, light brown, Seems to be darker these days because I've been doing a really good job about keeping my hair out of the sun and not getting it sun bleached. But yeah, the second time I had seen a picture and I just thought it was gorgeous. It was like black hair, but in the sun, it was like had a purple sheen to it. So I guess it was like a purple rinse. And when I went to the hairdresser, I explained, I want black hair. I want my hair black, but so inside it looks black, but then outside you got like a purple effect going on. That's what I want. She said, okay, and then proceeded to dye my hair a very dark purple instead of black with a purple rinse. So yeah, the second time I accidentally dyed my hair purple. And then a former student that I had was obsessed with hair color. Still is, but now that she's going into professional type careers, she has a harder time having colored hair on herself. She misses it terribly. And I let her color the under part of my hair like purple and blue. But then I started working part-time at one of the casinos, and the casinos only allow for natural hair colors. And they wouldn't have noticed, but I happened to go in one day with my hair in 2 braids. I was not working that day. I was just doing paperwork, and having my hair in 2 braids, you could see the color underneath, and they're like, yeah, you can't do that. So they started making sure that I colored my hair to a natural hair color. But yes, I've always loved blue and black hair. Blue has always been my favorite. Mermaids, love gaming. Back to the gaming, I've kind of been more into platform games, which is like Crash Bandicoot, and I'll be honest, other ones I didn't mind. I did like other platform games, like Spyro. Back in the day, everybody started, at my age, everybody started with Mario. Mario's the classic, and so like I said, there's Spyro. I think there was like Jack and Dex or something. I don't know, a lot of different little platform games, but to me, Crash was the ultimate. My first year of college, I got 100% save in the very first Crash. They now have like the trilogy, and the trilogy is a little bit different, but the original Crash 1, you had to break every single box without dying, because the second you died, all the boxes came back. So you had to get through every single level and break every single box. Plus you had to get special gems and go back to levels and use those special gems to get every single box. They also have like dynamite boxes and nitro boxes. The dynamite boxes you have to set off. The nitro boxes, if you touch, you die. But then you have to find the box to break them all at the end of the level. Is crazy, but it took a very long time, and I got 100% save on it. I was so proud of myself. And now they come out with a trilogy, and you can go ahead and die and just pick right back up where you were. And I'm like, that's kind of lame. I feel like you get it easier than you used to. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot was my jam. It was my most favorite game. Another thing I liked, RPG games. But RPGs are not what they used to be, because now they're open world. And I'm not into the open world. Maybe I just haven't given it enough of a shot, or I haven't found the game that's kind of my jam. So I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it was way back in the day. It was before Final Fantasy. It was the Final Fantasy before Final Fantasy. And if you think of it, go ahead and give me the name down in the comments. I don't know that anybody will, though. But anyway, what I loved about that game is you could go and have conversations with different characters. And if you had the right conversation, they would join your group. If you didn't have the right conversation, they wouldn't join your group. And a lot of times I'd be shutting off the system and turning it back on, because it's like, no, I got to have this mage. No, I got to have this fighter. So a lot of time spent making sure you figured out the correct conversations to have with different people to recruit them. You'd have like a lot of people in your group. I want to say that you would have over 10, because Final Fantasy now you only get 3. but you would have like over 10 people in your party. And when you went into a battle, it was almost like a chess game. You got to set it up. So the enemy kind of set up and you set up, and each person moves so many spaces. You know, like you might have a warrior that moves a lot of spaces really fast and can take a lot of hit points, but you usually want to with a mage so the mage can heal your warrior, but the mage can't move as fast and, you know, can't quite reach them, but you don't want your mage on the front line. It was crazy. I loved it. And I spent too much time on it. And then went from that to Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy was similar, but it didn't have like that chess setup. You know, when you went to battle, you didn't get to set up your people. It was just 3 people, and it was turn-based. And not as much fun, but it was still okay. I like it. I like having a storyline, you know, like from A to B, and you can't really get to B until you're done with A. I've always appreciated that. So open world, from what I've seen of it, does not seem like my cup of tea. When you can have all these side quests and you can have a main quest, but then you can jump into a different main quest, it's weird. It's just too strange to me. So, I mean, I like to have a beginning and an end, and I don't mind side quests in between, but I definitely like you to have a beginning and an end. Another game I absolutely adore is Kingdom Hearts. Somebody pointed out to me, they're like, hey, you like Disney and you like gaming and you like Final Fantasy, so Kingdom Hearts is your thing. So I got into that, and Kingdom Hearts isn't so bad. So I do play Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Tomb Raider's another one that I play, Crash Bandicoot, and then on my Switch I have Animal Crossing. So those seem to be my biggest games these days. But like I said, I don't know. Gaming just to me is not what it used to be, or maybe I just don't have the time to put in. And maybe if I put more time in, I would find it. Somebody I know said that from what they know of me and what they've heard of me, they think I would like Uncharted. So I have had that in my like wish list on Amazon for quite some time. To buy it and see if I like it or not. Not 100% sure, but I'm not a first-person shooter kind of person for sure. I mean, I've played first-person shooters. I know a ton of people that love them. It's just not my jam. So yeah, but anyway, back to my birthday week. So on Monday, my boyfriend and I had s'mores, which was super awesome. I haven't had s'mores in lots and lots of years, which again is why I was thinking about that Katniss Jess art, because it has the hand with the s'more, and I had s'mores. We also went to Lake Tahoe this week, so it's kind of like camping-esque, but not. So I was really thinking about it, but I bought this kit specifically for my birthday because, like I said, I love all things water. I have a mermaid tattoo. I'm a gamer. Like, this is me. And I bought this kit for this week. And I really, really wanted to switch it up. But then when I came down to it, my boyfriend does like to go camping. He has some campers and he has memberships at campgrounds. So it's just going to be a matter of time before him and I go camping, and I will be able to use it. I have the old glamping kit from SPC. And now I have the Katniss Jess art. I think I bought it from Caress Press this time. So I do have 2 camping kits, and I ultimately decided I want to save them for when I do go camping. So when I went to Lake Tahoe, back when I was really little, I used to think that I wanted my honeymoon at Lake Tahoe. And for some reason, I thought Lake Tahoe was like a tropical lake, you know, that's half in Nevada, half in California, you know, got palm trees, you got a lot of beach, big lake, lots of lake activities, you know, have hammocks on the beach overlooking, you know, I think there's like a Sandals resort there. So I really thought that that's what it was. So in my mind, that's what it was. That is not what Lake Tahoe is. It's actually a lake up in the mountains, and there are trees, yes, but they're like mostly evergreens. So like think Christmas trees. So it's like a lot of Christmas trees. And again, because it's in the mountains, we drove pretty much all the way around Lake Tahoe. Why I say pretty much, it seemed like we drove all the way around, and we were both on the California and the Nevada side of it. But when we went to a restaurant, we went back the way we came from instead of continue around. So it might be a lot bigger than I'm imagining. And I thought we drove all the way around, but not quite. But anyway, because it's up in the mountains, almost anywhere that you can get near the beach itself, you're like way up above it. And people are parking their cars like on the side of the road, and they're narrow roads because, again, you're in the mountains. And they're climbing down these steep hills to get to the beaches. And I'm like, wow, that's not what I expected. We stayed at a hotel there. I'm not even going to say the name of the hotel. It was a bad experience from beginning to end. Oh yeah, in the sidebar, I left a big blank space on the sidebar because it is my birthday week. So I decided that I would take a full body picture head to toe. And actually, I will be the tall box in this spread. My biggest goal this year for my life is weight loss. Currently, I am 8 pounds down. So in 3 weeks' time, I've lost 8 pounds. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm happy about that. But yeah, I figured if it's my birthday spread, I should probably be the tall box. So, and then hopefully I can keep that up from year to year. And then that way, during my birthday spread, you can see, I can look back and see how I've changed. So anyway, Lake Tahoe, when we got to the hotel, there really wasn't anybody to check us in. We did like an automated check-in. Had a little bit of difficulty with that, but we figured it out between my boyfriend and I. We get up to our room. We're right by the elevator, which a lot of people would think that would be great, but the elevators are like right at the headboards of the bed. So when people are going up and down the elevators at night, in the morning, whatever, it's like right there at your head. And it's like, okay, but you know, we just got in, kind of crashed. It was a long drive. It's about an 8-hour drive to Lake Tahoe. 6 to 8 hours. But anyway, so it was a long drive. Got the car parts, got into the room, crashed. The next morning, this will come back in a minute, my boyfriend had what looked like bug bites all on his hip. And, you know, I made fun of him, you know, like, hey, nobody gets to bite you, whatever. Didn't know what it was. It could have been anything. You know, we were in the car the whole day and just a lot of craziness going on. Like, could have just sat wrong, you know, had something up against him. Who knew? But anyway, he was at a convention that served breakfast, and we went down to breakfast, and there really wasn't anything for breakfast. It was crazy. They had muffins, but they were like chocolate muffins. So, like, it was just sweet type stuff. And they had some fruit, and they had cream cheese. I don't know why they had cream cheese, because they didn't have bagels. You know, it was fruit, like orange juice, like I said, sweet muffins. There was yogurt, but again, the yogurt that they had a ton of sugar in it. So there was like no meat, no breakfast meat at all. It wasn't even like a bagel that you could put the cream cheese on. Even like a cereal. There was nothing like that. It was so not there. So I was kind of really disappointed and hungry. Other little things, like the entire hotel seemed to be under construction. Yeah, I had to use the level up because gamer birthday week. Yeah. So anyway, so half the hotel was under construction, like half the elevators were down. So there would always be long lines at the elevators. Went to the pool. The pool is only 3.5 foot deep. We had to go through a whole bunch of construction to even get to the pool area. The hot tub of the pool area was out of service. The workout room, again, you could get to, but you had to go around a lot of construction to even get to it. It seemed like the escalators, either the up or down, would not be working. And the funny thing is that if you're on the lower level and you want to go up to the casino, that's the one that didn't work. If you were on an upper level and wanted to go down to the casino, that's the one that didn't work. It was crazy. And even one day I tried to get something to eat. I want to say it was just before 10:30. And nothing was open, like nothing at all. Everything was closed. And it's like, how do you even eat? Like, everything is closed. It's nuts. Some random guy was like pounding on my door, and then like he was rude to me because he thought I was in his room when he was at the wrong room. Fire alarms were going off. It was not a good experience. And then towards the end, because I told you we'd get back to this, there was like a small bug on my arm, and I flicked it off, and I'm like, wait a minute, is this a bed bug? I'm not 100% sure, but I think the room that we were in might have had bed bugs. Boyfriend tried to kill it and like flush it down the sink, but it crawled back up the sink. But we've been back for over a month now, and we've had no incidents. So if we were in a room that had bed bugs, because like I said, he got eaten to death. I got room service when I was there. I paid for it myself, so it wouldn't be on his room, just kind of treat myself for my birthday week. They double charged us because they did charge the room and I paid for it on my card. They also charged him $20 a day for parking, which was nuts because everything said that parking was included with your room. And then when he went to check out, like they're charging him $60, $20 a day for parking. And it's like, okay, what? And he did get reimbursed for it through the place for the convention, but it was just craziness. And then even on my birthday, like an Italian restaurant that my boyfriend wanted to take me to was closed. They didn't survive COVID. So we were driving around the lake trying to find a place, and we did find a place. It was an Italian restaurant, but that Italian restaurant, it was so weird. Okay, I'm not a wine and beer kind of girl. I'm a liquor kind of girl. Whiskey, liquor, I'm good with that. All they had there was wine. They did not have beer. They did not have like liquor, nothing, just wine. And then it's like, okay, how about a Coke? No, they don't have a Coke. They only have root beer made by like a local vendor. And it was like, wait, what? It's like, I don't even like root beer, and root beer doesn't even have caffeine in it. And they're like, well, that's all we have. And then, I don't know. So I'm like, do you have like a flavored tea? Like a peach tea, because a lot of Italian restaurants at least will have a peach tea or a raspberry tea. They only had unsweetened tea. So it was water, unsweetened tea, wine, or root beer from a local vendor. And it's like, okay, so I just drank water. And I have a lot of food sensitivities, and Italian restaurants tend to be the hardest place for me to order food. Now, I love Italian food, but I cannot have ground black pepper, and Italian restaurants pre-make their sauces because they hand make them, and even their Italian dressings, and they put black pepper in all of it. So it makes it very hard for me to find something that I can eat. So I ended up having a whole plate of angel hair pasta with like a garlic butter sauce and sauteed mushrooms. So that was my birthday dinner. After all this, though, my boyfriend did get me to the lake because I am a water nut, and he was able to get me to a lake, and we got to watch the sunset on Lake Tahoe. It was gorgeous. It was a blast. It made the whole trip worth it. And then we had the craziness of driving back, and then once we got back home, we had to get our animals, which actually his kids watched. They live in a different state, so got to go and meet his family. It was just a very, very chaotic week. It was not relaxing at all. And for never having been to Lake Tahoe and always wanting to go, it was a disappointment. And I don't want to say that Lake Tahoe itself was a disappointment. It was the hotel that we stayed at that was the disappointment. It was ridiculous. And like they wanted to charge resort fees, and it's like, what part of the resort? Like everything's down and under construction. There is no resort. Like they didn't even have the spa open because it was under construction. So you couldn't even go get a massage if you wanted to because they were reconstructing it. And it's great that they're, trying to keep things up to date. But my goodness, the hot tub's down, the spa's down. You can't get to the workout area without going around a whole bunch of construction. Like you can't even get like a brunch anywhere. And it's like, oh, this is so weird. I'm not used to this. But all in all, it was a great time. I'm happy I ended up putting this kit down after all. Like I said, I'm very happy that I saved the camping kits for when I do indeed go camping. I was happy to have the s'mores. We also watched The Lost City with Sandra Bullock. It was hilarious. Absolutely loved it. So like I said, all in all, it was a wonderful week. It was a very enjoyable birthday week, but it is not what I expected at all. I don't know why I put the glitter headers down last. I usually put them down before the washi tape. So I guess I was a little bit uncoordinated. Hadn't filmed in a while when I had filmed this lay down. So yeah, but I finally did this one right. Oh yeah, my birthday week. I had tons of trouble trying to edit and upload on YouTube. All right, thanks guys. Have a good one. Bye.